Well, Graeme, tell us how you got involved in disability cricket at Colwyn Bay.
My young son at that time, 10 years ago, was a very, very sporty young man. My son is neurodivergent, but also has a learning disability. And we were looking at what sport he could enjoy and participate in. I have to say, cricket did not enter my mind at that time, although I'd spent all my young years playing cricket. And for some reason, I thought football and rugby were better suited to him. When somebody basically knocked on my door and said, you should try him at cricket, we went along to a session that was being put on by a very, very good South Wales coach. We went along, and 10 years later, I found myself here now. Yeah.
Wow. And so what was it about that session that you took your son along to that really captured his imagination and thought, well, this is something that you'd like to invest in as well?
I felt quite embarrassed that after playing 30 plus years of cricket, it never entered my mind that my son would enjoy it. And because of that, I absolutely just felt embarrassed because I felt as if I'd let him down. And the first session he went along to, it was obvious his hand-eye coordination, bowling, batting, his arm were all there, probably better than a lot of youngsters are generally. And I felt as if it's something's got to be done to carry it on. I did not found the max. I came along the max as a parent with my son. And to be honest with you, it's grown from there. It's grown from there.
So Colwyn Bay Max is your club. Tell us what Max stands for and what the cricket offer is at Colwyn Bay.
Max is the mixed ability cricket section of Colwyn Bay Cricket. It's basically a disability team. It's pan disability, catering for all, obviously, basically accessible and abilities. Basically, what we do, we allow sort of youngsters from the age of 8 upwards who want to try out. They can come along and just train if they feel comfortable just training. But obviously, we encourage them to obviously increase and improve their core skills and then go into competition cricket.
And what are the sort of things that you have to think about to make sure that everyone who comes along can fully take part and enjoy playing cricket?
Well, we have to obviously make it fun, make it sort of so they're all engaged all of the time. So obviously we have to cater for different abilities. And basically, we adapt a lot of the drills to suit their needs. It's obviously coach ran, but player focused. And so basically, we identify their needs and try to adapt the drills and the games to meet that criteria.
And as a coach, what sort of challenge does that present for you to make sure that there's something for everyone and everyone feels included?
Well, generally, you need a lot of support. You need a lot of support from the parents. You need a lot of support from fellow coaches around you. But don't get me wrong, I do make mistakes. And some of the drills we try out generally work really, really well. And then others not quite as well. And we have to tweak a few times. But that's all part of cricket anyway. So it's basically trying to identify the needs of the player and making sure that they have some sort of section within the drill that they're going to enjoy and excel at.
That's great. And how have the rest of the club embraced what you do with the Max team?
Well, to be honest with you, the Max are just part of the club. It's generally, Max players have gone on to play for the third, second team, and far, far higher than that. So generally, the Max are just part of the club. It's an inclusive club. So generally, the section isn't really considered, in my point of view, as a separate section. We are just part of Colwyn Bay Cricket Club.
And that's really interesting, you talking about the overlap between your sort of adult cricket teams and the Max team. So this is something that's bringing new players in who are playing for all sorts of different teams at the club by the sound of things.
Well, to be honest with you, we've brought in players from different areas as well to be part of the Max. But once they are part of the Max and they train, obviously we do train on a regular basis. We train weekly throughout the year. There's no break apart from Christmas and Easter. But they show the commitment and they reap the benefits of that commitment.
So go on then, Graeme. Give us your golden tip then for any club who's watching this webinar and they're interested in creating new opportunities for disabled people to play at their club. What's one thing they could do that will make a really big difference to get things going?
Don't be worried about the facilities at the club. Disabled people will adapt if they want to be at that club. Obviously, disabled people enhance the club, the actual atmosphere of the club, but don't be overly biased about the facilities initially. That way you can always improve them. But generally, I do feel that work together as a region. I think on the last count, there's probably about 1 in 10 people have a disability. If every club goes out there to have a disabled team, it's not going to be advantageous. It's going to be counterproductive. So work together with fellow clubs within your area to try and make some sort of hub where all those clubs can contribute to that team. And that way you have an inclusive but basically fun section at a club. Even if that hub moves around the area, it doesn't matter. It's all about providing the opportunity for disabled people to play cricket.
Well, Graeme, that's a great lesson, and I'm sure lots of clubs will really appreciate that advice. It's been great to speak to you. We wish you well, Graeme, and good luck to everyone at Colwyn Bay for the season ahead as well.